Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do is watch a 5-minute acceptance speech I gave to the United States Postal Service when they awarded our company, Sommers Communication, with their Quality Supplier of the Year award. And what I'd like you to do is just enjoy it, make notes, think about what you liked and what you might like to do, and things you would do differently. When we come back to the next video, we're going to break out this particular speech one component at a time. We're going to talk about what's good about it, what we would do differently, and I'm going to share lots of additional things that you can do. And as you're doing this, you're going to be building your talk. So please enjoy the 5-minute talk, and I'll see you on the next video.
On behalf of our entire organization, which by the way is sitting over there at table 6, excuse me for just a moment. Thank you. I'd like to say thank you. I love this. I love this. I'd like to say thank you very much for acknowledging us as a Quality Supplier of the Year. I'd also like to, on behalf of our Quality Supplier of the Year, which is the Woodstock, Georgia Post Office, also say thank you again for recognizing all of our efforts. Folks, it's been a ride. It's been unbelievable. We did not make it easy for the Postal Service to award this contract to us. Sherry Coates is over there laughing. Sherry Coates, or someone at procurement, called and they said, as we were going through the procedures, let me make sure I understand this. We are about to award the single largest customer service training contract in the history of the world, and you're telling me, Bob, that your company has a net worth of $110? And I said, is there a problem with that? Well, nonetheless, you all showed a tremendous amount of faith in us, and we really, really, really appreciate that. Folks, we have had such a wonderful time. Our partnership with the Postal Service has grown so strong, and it's grown so powerful, that our children even believe that we are now employed by the United States Postal Service. And I remember my younger son about 2 years ago said, Dad, who do you work for really? You know, he said, you work for the Postal Service. And I said, why would you think that we're employed by the Postal Service? He said, well, there's really 3 things, Dad, that lead me to believe that. I said, what are they? He said, you're starting to talk and use terms that nobody else understands. 1. He said, secondly, every single piece of clothing I have has USPS written somewhere on it. And he said, finally, every 2 weeks you get a check in the mail from the Postal Service. That's the happiest I ever see you and Mom. I said, well, you know, I guess in reality we do. I would like to say thank you very much to our customer, Nancy Leitch, Fred Hintonock, and Pam Chabert for truly showing the faith in us to demonstrate our ability as a quality supplier. You all know this, and I'm not saying anything you have not practiced to be here. And our goal was to serve our customer from the heart, and that was the bottom line. As much as we are enjoying right now and have enjoyed the opportunity to be here today, the single greatest enjoyment, I think, comes from the 4,000 seminars we've done for the Postal Service. Having an opportunity to stand in front of over 105,000 retail people in the Postal Service. Having them walk up to us and our people and say, you changed my life. You've touched my heart. I'm going to be a different and a better service provider because of what y'all did today. That was wonderful. Folks, I need to tell you, what we discovered was not what we expected. We discovered 100,000 retail employees that cared. I mean, that cared so much to do the right thing. And we found that there are service providers within the Postal Service that truly serve people from the heart. We found that there are people that have a great sense of humor in the Postal Service and people that use a tremendous amount of common sense to serve every one of us, our customers. We've learned some interesting things about some of the districts we've been to as well. I'll just use Greater Michigan District as an example because this is in fact where this happened. We had a clerk was telling us about a customer that came running into the post office, pushed all the other customers out of the way, slapped an envelope on the counter, and he said, look, I don't care how much this costs, I don't care what it takes. I want this in Las Vegas, and I want it there tonight. The window clerk looked up, he said, yes, sir, that'll be $700, and I'm leaving right now. One of the big issues, I'm going to get off here in a minute, I promise. One of the big issues, as you all know, is moving the line in the retail lobbies. That's been a big deal. Some people struggle with it. Some people do a great job. Others, for example, a window clerk in Key West, Florida, used a great sense of humor with it. She had, and I want you to imagine this, 20, 30, maybe 40 people standing in line, all frustrated. And she was obviously, her heart was bleeding for these people. She wanted so badly to help them, and she has a wonderful sense of humor. She looked out over the audience of these people waiting in line, weaving back and forth throughout the Postal Service, and she said, hey, can I have y'all's attention? And they all looked up. She said, how many of y'all would like to stand in a shorter line? They all raised their hand. She said, then move closer together. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. What we learn about service, what we've taught about service, and what our 15 professional speakers from all over the country preach about service, we didn't learn it on our own. We learned it from the people that provide the services to us every day, the window clerks and supervisors and postmasters of the United States Postal Service. And to all of those individuals, I say thank you for a wonderful ride, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of this with you. You're a great group to affiliate with, and thank you very much.